All right.
Go for it. You take a picture. Oh, I've got a video.
Okay. So it's an honour to stand up here today to speak about you, Nanaji, or Dad as I called you, a humble and most respectful human being, true gentleman.
You have a number of grandchildren all here today. We want to tell you how proud we are to be part of your legacy. Over the years we have been inspired by your strength of character. You are part of history, having lived through India partition, making the journey from Pakistan to India. You recently told me untold stories of this time in your life. We sat for hours talking about India in the past and politics of today, including Sonia Gandhi and Modi, whilst eating a chicken curry and ghee to follow. You always made jokes with Naniji, calling her Pakistana. This always made me laugh, as you are both from there. You had a great sense of humour and were a very kind, loving soul. We could listen to your stories for hours on end. You were one fascinating person.
You made another significant life-changing journey by travelling from India to the UK. You told us your stories of how you travelled to the UK on your own, carrying your belongings and the Rajaya to battle the cold UK weather. This would make us laugh. Why carry Rajaya halfway across the world? We soon learned India always make the best of the best when it comes to Rajayas and grandfathers. You stayed with your cousin and built a foundation in Plumstead so that you could then bring your family to join you. What an inspiration and courageous decision to make. It's hard to imagine what obstacles were in your way at that time. It's because of you we are all standing here. Thank you, Dad.
One of the last things Nanaji said to me this year was you should have a glorified name. What better glorified name than to be your grandchild?
We all love you lots and will miss you very much. May God give your soul peace. You will never be forgotten.
That's really good.
I think everyone should sit down for a book.
Yeah, long.
Doesn't anyone want to?
It's not War and Peace. We are here today to celebrate the life of a truly wonderful person. My Nanaji was a true warrior in his heart, humble and gentle-natured, a rare old-fashioned gentleman, combined with a real lion's spirit. Growing up, I saw Dad as a giant of a man. He was larger than life. He kind of reminded me of Quincy Jones, with his stylish beard, his flashy white Mercedes, and an Alsatian called Prince for security. I connected with Dad as a child because he knew how to speak to a child's heart. It was one of his many gifts. I always noticed the same humble, kind person towards children as he was with adults. We all felt safe in his presence, so yes, in summary, my granddad was a real king. I believe in life and now in death, Dad would want us to focus on celebrating his life and not on the sadness of his body passing. After all, that's how he decided to live his life, starting in early life. All of us love listening to Dad's stories, even if we had heard them more than once. We would listen closer for new details. I recall around about 2 years ago, we sat in the living room, huddled around the cosy gas fire. Indian tea in one hand, cashew nuts in the other. Listening gratefully to Grandad's life adventures. Dad was a man of few words, so when he did speak, everyone listened. He drew you in with his magnetic kindness. His happy heart was like good medicine, and his cheerful mind created a joyful atmosphere. Dad described how from an early age he was an eager student. He had a love for music and a strong faith in God. As we all know, Grandad trained up as a classical singer and taught himself how to play music. I recall how Dad's face would light up as he described travelling to Gurdwaras around India, playing live kirtan with a free spirit. Dad sang from his heart and played music as a way to connect with his spirit and faith. I recall Mum once described his voice as a silky Muhammad Rafi sound. Dad always loved Mum's compliments and he never complained about them. The early discovery of celebrating life and praising God created a stable foundation for his blessings to come in later life. Grandad went on to describe during that exciting era he also travelled to Bombay to audition for Bollywood. Mum would lovingly giggle at how Dad wanted to be the next big Bollywood hero. She was so proud of his desire and ambition. We all felt the same. We will always be inspired by a sense of adventure and pursuit of life, Grandad. We all shared in their love for films. All of us here grew up super strong, snacking on peanuts, crisps and chocolates whilst watching repeats of Dharamveer, Sholay and Lambradani. I just love saying Lambradani. Lambradani. They used to laugh whenever I used to say it. Say it again, Lambradani. Thanks to Mum and Dad. It was family time. We all got
you, Dad.
Yeah.
God bless you.
There you go.
Cheers.
Ready? There you
That's for you, Dad. God bless you.
go.